dig? Insane
It's good.
Cartoons. Got the
Sorry.
homie Cannon, you dig? You know what I mean? He's one of my, I mean, me personally, one of the most artistic people I know, obviously. And he's a tattoo artist. Does graffiti as well. Just an artist in general.
Man, I'm
Welcome to the
in.
show.
Thank you, thank you.
What's up?
Hell yeah.
So let's dive right in. What do you do?
What don't I do? I guess that's the true question.
Yeah.
Tattoo, as far as my main source of income, my main, I guess you could say my ultimate go-to. That's like really reinvented me is tattooing.
Okay.
As well as graffiti. Graffiti is kind of my true passion. That's what that's the itch. That's where the itch comes from.
Okay.
Recently, been doing a lot of digital work, a lot of canvas work, signs, hand painted signs, just anything.
Just art in
Prismacolor,
general.
yeah, art in general, anything.
How did you start graffiti? Like, was it whenever you were just a kid, you had like a big homie who did graffiti, and you're like, okay.
YouTube.
YouTube?
Chuck.
Okay.
When YouTube came out, scouring YouTube videos, used to watch all kinds of stupid shit,
Mhm.
Well, I seen this video of this dude painting a train, and I was like, yo, I could do that.
Wait a second.
Why I couldn't.
Yeah.
I couldn't
At
do
first you can't.
at first,
Yeah.
yeah. So then after, quite a long while, I mean, like all through high school, many late nights, that's kind of where the art really bred create. Because I mean, I did art as a child, all the way through elementary and middle school, doing like the have to art classes for
Yeah.
school
Like at
credits.
school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it didn't really like excel once like YouTube came out, and I was, had like different art techniques at hand that wasn't what art teacher lady was teaching,
Yeah, it wasn't like the little vanilla shit. You're talking about the shit that you want to do.
Yeah,
The
they.
clean ass shit. Yeah.
So once YouTube came out, and I started kind of getting like different ideas of like what art could become.
Mhm.
Well, it wasn't until I really got dove deep into graffiti and got myself down a windy path is where I found tattooing.
Mm.
So tattooing kind of evolved from the blossom of graffiti,
Okay.
and then from that, tattooing has like only excelled.
So it has
Yeah.
pretty much surpassed graffiti for you, would you say? As far as like passion, like do you truly feel like now a human canvas is more important
Yeah.
to me than just
Definitely, a human canvas is always gonna be more important because they're living and breathing.
for sure?
I can paint a wall 100 times without it ever complaining.
Mm. Mhm.
But with tattooing, it definitely is more of like a meaningful way of art.
Mhm.
One, it provides, for my family. Two, it provides people with a different outlook on themselves. So when somebody comes in and I'm able to like positively transform somebody's outlook,
Yeah.
whether it be for themselves or the views of other people.
Mhm.
Because I mean, we all love tattoos. Well, maybe not all of us, but
Yeah. Majority. I mean, I love
we
tattoos.
appreciate them.
Yeah.
And so when somebody sees like dope work,
Mhm.
they appreciate it, whether they have them or not. They're like, "Yo, that's dope."
Yeah.
So I think it's widely like opened my mind as far as like the capabilities of artwork. So tattooing definitely holds a priority because it provides.
Yeah.
I love tattooing
Mhm.
and I love graffiti.
Yeah.
So it's a tough, yeah.
Graffiti was that first one, your first love,
Yeah,
and then now it's blossomed into tattooing.
Yeah.
Which at the same time you're still kind of, I mean, you're kind of doing a lot of graffiti styles on your tats is what I see,
Yes,
and
yeah.
and so
That has definitely been like a huge influence in my tattooing is coming from the graffiti background. But application wise, they're like two totally different realms, So graffiti can be kind of like closely related to airbrushing, which I haven't dabbled in yet. Which I got a homie that his name on Instagram's the Insane Gringo.
okay, Insane
7.
Gringo.
Yeah, dope work. He does a lot of aerosol work, a lot of like hand painting stuff, but he's killer with the airbrush.
Okay.
And so graffiti and airbrushing are quite similar, but airbrushing techniques and tattooing are very similar because you see a lot of what's airbrushed, like style stuff on cars, as you see on skin.
Yeah.
So it's all kind of almost all there,
Mm-hmm.
but coexisting in their own ways.
Mm.
So with learning some of these techniques that I've learned from Travis
Mm-hmm.
is with airbrushing, it's almost like having to break it down backwards to be able to take my graffiti into tattooing. Because
Okay.
tattooing is, I mean, it's
Interesting.
got tried and true methods, you know, like they got a saying bold holds,
Mm.
bold lines, bold colors, good solid
Yes,
fields.
yes.
Like good solid work will stay there for 10 plus years and you don't have to worry about like
It fading.
sun exposure, you know,
Mm-hmm.
too many days at the lake. I mean, we all want things to enjoy, but
Yeah.
sometimes it's hard to transfer over one way of thinking into another application
Yeah.
medium.
Okay.
But now that I've been tattooing since I'd say since about 2012,
Mm-hmm.
with a break here and there,
Oh.
as far as like other art ventures and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm able to more openly kind of experiment with tattooing.
Mm.
Now that the application process has been honed in.
Okay. So it's more so you found your lane, you found your technique that you want to do,
Yeah.
and now you're in a flow state. Now you can do what you want to do. It's just about doing it now
Doing
because
it.
you figured it out. You figured out, okay, I gotta apply these tried and true techniques that everybody
Yeah.
uses with tattooing, but you can't. It's a different type of art style with graffiti and those type of. So there's different lines and there's different ways
Layers,
to shade,
yeah.
and so you gotta reverse engineer, and so that's what
Mhm.
you did.
What's also helped progress that
Mm-hmm.
is the iPad,
Okay.
right? So when you bring in the iPad with guys like my boy Rahim over here, he's
Mhm.
killing it.
Yeah.
Is you're able to visually break down your layers with
Oh.
right.
Okay.
So it almost works just like Photoshop. We use a program called Procreate,
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
and you
Shit's
can
fire.
yeah. I mean, you can literally look and see like what layers took what position to get your final product.
Mm.
So tattoo wise, like if I'm able to set up my designs using this digital format, I can then applicate it in which
It flows right for you.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're basically having the layer already in your head, but it's on that Procreate.
mm-hmm.
And then you break it down on there so that whenever it comes to doing this, you already broke it down here. You already know exactly what you.
Yeah.
It's
All it
just
is
driving now.
yeah,
Like you
once
just gotta
it's-
drive the
once you're
car.
on
Step
skin,
by
it's
step.
grind time.
Yeah.
It's all
Okay.
like, get in a chair, let's rock and roll.
Okay. So has there ever been a time where somebody came in, was like, I want this, I want this, I want this, figure it out, and you've been like, no, like this is
Oh,
like,
yeah.
oh, I want an alligator with flying wings, and I need him to wear Timberlands.
Oh yeah.
Like, nah, dog,
In
I
outer
can't do.
space, right?
Yeah.
Surfboard, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, you
Ray
had
Bans
those.
on, you know. Yeah.
So you had those?
Oh,
Is it quite
yeah.
often, or?
Used to, but now with social media, everybody's got the design they want here.
Oh,
Damn,
okay.
bro, this is what I want. But yeah, definitely in the past and prior or before having the iPad and
Mhm.
Procreate, I mean, it was all layers of papers and Lightbox and
Yeah.
sketch this and reference that and
Okay.
pick and pull. But sometimes you look at a design and even with a mural, you're looking at it and you're like, hell no.
Yeah, like
Ain't no way.
this is just too
Not
too
family.
complicated right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But now everything's, I mean, it's evolving. It's
Mhm.
progressing, and people are putting out some of the most dope artwork on skin and walls I've ever seen.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, you think about early history of graffiti as far as like American graffiti
Mm-hmm.
when it expand from its major capital in New York and then your west coast side of California and whatnot, like the two styles of these artworks when they collided were
Mhm.
like totally different.
Yeah, it just changed everything
It
pretty much.
changed everything, and then now that like everybody's learning from each
Everybody's connected. Yeah.
through all this time, and
Mhm.
and the supplies are better, the
Mhm.
cans, because when also the sword is only as strong as the master, so you
Wise
can
words.
whatever you're rocking with, as long as you're good at rocking, you can
You got it.
you got it.
There's no excuses. Like if you good with it, you good. Like
You're good with it.
regardless, yeah,
But why not use
the best.
the evolution of what
Yeah.
every forefather in the art world has done for us? I mean, from Michelangelo to Van Gogh
Mm-hmm.
to Revoke, and Risk.
Okay.
All
Yeah.
Taki and
Are these graffiti artists? Because I'm
Yeah.
not too into.
Yeah.
I don't know exactly. But are these like iconic graffiti artists?
Very, very much so.
Okay.
Big dudes. And Revoke, just to touch on him, like he's a huge cat in what he's done for graffiti and for the art of his own as far as he's evolved. He recently had kind of a hiccup with kind of some major corporation, H&M.
Oh, did they steal his art?
Apparently, right?
Oh.
And then so graffiti as a culture kind of came together and like let H&M know what's up and was like, okay,
you can't do that shit. Yeah.
you can't.
Yeah,
But
no.
being a somebody like Revoke that people look up to, that he's in the eye of a lot of artists. He came together.
Is this him right here?
Yeah.
Yeah. Pull it up. There you go.
Yo.
Damn, his art is crazy.
fire.
And respectfully, he came to an agreement with H&M.
Okay.
And now everything's cool.
Mm-hmm.
And they're positively building off that. So what?
That's
how it goes.
It's crazy.
Dog.
It's
So
crazy.
It basically it worked out to where now his artwork is getting displayed to millions of people that never even I used to
Right.
shop at H&M and I would have never guessed. I
Like,
don't know who this guy is.
Yeah, this art came from a dude in LA or
behind the
Detroit,
scenes.
like wherever he decides he wants to be.
Yeah, man, that shit is crazy.
Wow.
So how do you who's like the main? Who would you say are the main couple of dudes in graffiti that really inspired your work?
That inspired my work.
Yeah.
Wow. So I guess from an early age, like when I was YouTubing, there was like old films that I was able to watch, like full documentaries.
Oh, okay.
So at an early age, I was watching like these movies like Wild Style, Style Wars, and they covered all these artists like Scheme.
Are these documentaries?
Yeah, some of them are documentaries. Some of them are kind of like graffiti influenced movies of that time era.
Okay.
That kind of like Wild Style was definitely like a super iconic movie with the essence of graffiti.
Okay.
But Style Wars was more of the documentary in it, and it showed artists like Scheme, which I
Can you look up Scheme, please?
Scheme is awesome. I follow him on Facebook,
Okay.
and the dude's dope.
Fire.
Still rocking.
Yeah.
Since I watched that movie, since that movie came out,
Yeah.
and I want to say it was
It's been
like
a minute.
late 70s.
What? So this is an OG guy right
Yo.
here.
Scheme.
Okay.
Yeah.
Older than my sisters.
Skeme. And he was in that movie, that documentary Star Wars scene.
Okay.
There was all kinds of artists. Cap, the main few that they touched on, but some of them were like my main influencers at that early point in my style, I guess, understanding.
Yeah.
And then getting into it, learning about SDK, which is a crew from Canada, with CannonXIX, Killer EF. I mean, they had tons of killer dudes.
Just dudes that are just fire.
And then over across the pond, you got like Bates. And Bates is a huge influence. I mean, to this day, huge influence. He's a master of style.
Look up Bates. How you spell that?
Bates.
Okay.
Bates.
Bates graffiti. Yeah, just look up some
Insane.
images.
Yeah. And then I guess I would have to say definitely Soffles, and then some of my most favorite influential people were the local cats that I was getting down with, was Eder.
Okay.
Since like day one, Eder.
And these guys are like here.
Here.
Okay.
And Eder's TBB, he's the Bronx Boys Rockin' Crew.
Okay.
He's president of the Texas chapter, and the dude kills it.
Okay.
He's dope.
Man, there's like a real strong subculture of graffiti.
Yeah. It's
Like
huge.
that I did.
Realizing.
Yeah, this is like blowing my mind right now. I
Yeah.
didn't know that there was like crews and there's like a whole bunch of stuff. But go ahead.
It's almost like the way music works,
Okay.
but coexistively, because I mean, graffiti was one element of hip hop.
Yeah.
Only one element, and there's three whole other elements that aren't even being discussed.
Yeah. No.
So with graffiti and kind of learning what hip hop was, and having Eder and Noor, Kurt Garnett, he's dope. He's on.
And these are all everybody you're naming is here.
He's
Like
local.
Okay.
Yeah. And then I met a guy named Roz13. He was rocking with IC, which is Infinity Crew.
Okay.
And then I had met a few other guys like Skills, Jose. He's a super cool cat. He
Mhm.
rocks a lot in Deep Ellum. He's
Okay.
painted the front of our tattoo shop
Oh.
over in Arlington.
Damn.
And then definitely Travis.
Mhm.
He's crazy with his wild style. So I'm more of like tried and true when
Mhm.
it comes to my letter structure. I like the old school look,
Traditional.
but with
yeah.
like new school kind of color fades and
Got
texture
you.
stuff.
Uh-huh.
But Travis is killing it with this wild style. So it's awesome to have all these super down to earth homies that are in the same culture with like mindedness that are readily available to build.
Bruh. That's like
Yeah.
that's one of the
It's
best.
keys.
Yeah, that's one of the best things you could have whenever you're an artist is the community. Like how Malcolm was or Minicon was talking about on the last podcast. He was just saying like we got all the homies and I'm genuinely fans of their work, you know.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter like oh, well, you know, they're not arguing over who's better or anything like that. It's just hey, I appreciate all y'all's
For
work.
sure.
And
Right.
it just levels everybody up.
They're constant inspiration.
Yeah, I feel like that's just so cool. Like I kind of figured because there's always little subcultures of everything, you know.
Yeah.
But like I didn't know it went that deep, you know.
I mean,
Like so you had OGs basically is what you're saying, like Eder and those guys are like.
yeah, I would definitely say Eder is definitely by far one of the most influential people
Mhm.
to me because and it was crazy how we met. We met in a room in a hookah lounge on Division in the middle of the night in a small room where we had art supplies sprawled everywhere. It was me, Eder,
Wow.
this dude, super cool cat, Avoid. There was a lot of cats in there. But we was sitting in this room
Uh-huh.
passing black books.
Just
drawing
going in.
and writing and building.
Badass.
And then from that night, I mean, we painted cars, murals, walls,
Mhm.
and ever since it's been awesome. I mean,
Damn. So what crew are you in? Cuz I heard Infinity
Yeah.
Crew, I heard KBB,
right?
I heard there's
TBB.
TBB, I heard a bunch of different ones.
So ultimately, I've never really been in a crew. I've kind of dibble dabbled, played with ideas and whatnot, but
Mhm.
with crews, there's lots of politics. And I understand that, you know, and politics and crews are necessary for graffiti, just like
for the culture in general.
like music, record labels,
Exactly.
independent artists, or whatever it may be. But I wouldn't be opposed to being in one. But as long as I've been painting, I've always been more of the go out on my own.
Lone
kinda-
wolf.
Yeah, because more people, more problems,
Yeah.
more issues for down the road.
Facts.
So I've always been, quiet. Yeah, you gotta be quiet when you're
Yeah.
painting, But
Yeah.
definitely a lone wolf, I guess you could say.
So you're
wolf
more so
pack.
you're more so that guy that
I
you
go work
can-
with anybody.
yeah, you can go
Yeah.
here, you can go here. It's all good.
Yeah,
It's never
everything's
like,
gravy.
oh, you're with that crew and you're doing that and you stole this idea and you did and that's
Right.
when it gets all like, all right, I
It
don't
gets
know.
Crazy.
Yeah.
But I mean, ultimately, that's what you live for.
Yeah.
You live for the crazy. You
Yeah.
live for the positive. But I'm a people person. I get called my ultimate downfall, but I always try and please everybody.
Yeah.
So I don't
Feel
want to
that.
displease anyone.
Mhm.
So at the same time, it's like, well, if I'm cool with me and I'm cool with everybody, then I'll just keep painting.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna keep painting.
Yeah.
thing.
Where was the first place you tagged? What was the first place?
Ooh, well, we used to scour those little like cement drainage ditches that run through like all of suburbia.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah. The ones that like, yeah, they're just there and nobody really goes to that. It goes there. Yeah.
So that's where we would go. We would go like hang out down there for like hours at night. I mean, some days we'd go to school. I'd be in the clothes.
Yeah,
that
I
I'm
would
in.
see you come back from school, come
And-
back to school with
yeah,
that shit.
I'm in
Yeah.
the same outfit covered in paint.
Yeah.
We were like,
I'm
whoa.
like, whoa, this guy, man, he's dedicated for real.
Definitely.
Shit.
Yeah, it wasn't until I found like trains to be like the love of my life.
Yeah.
Like when I painted trains,
That's that canvas right
That
there
was
for you.
that was the euphoria. That was
The moving canvas.
right, because I mean, I mean, y'all know me.
Mhm.
In high school, I didn't do a whole lot of partying.
Nah.
I didn't do a
No.
whole lot of
Cooling.
like getting in trouble.
Yeah.
Other than like I was deep into some train yards.
Yeah.
Train yards, man. That was where it was at. And skateboarding. I mean,
Mhm.
I love skateboarding. You can carry cans in a backpack and skate all day.
Yeah.
You know?
Uh-huh.
The world is your oyster.
Mhm. So
that
when did
was-
you start skate? Were you like an OG, like from day one? You loved skating, like as a kid?
I would probably say when my folks gave me like the okay to like walk to school, I was like, all right. But
Yeah.
then I seen like how long of a walk this was.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
like, I
Need
need a
some
better
wheels.
way, and I don't want to bike because then you have to deal with the lock and all this. other
Yeah. Yeah.
Something that's
I got a
handheld.
skateboard. Yeah, I got
Stuff it in your locker.
Yeah.
boom, and then I was skating. I skate all the time, man. We
Mhm.
would skate till the sun come up, till the sun went down, all day, every day. And I think kind of skateboarding was the first opener to graffiti subconsciously because anywhere you go, like skate parks, there's graffiti.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You go to skate around town, you see
Mhm.
graffiti.
For
Even though
sure.
Cultures are aligned.
Mhm.
yeah, because a lot of people are like their graffiti chakra is closed. Like they just drive around through the city and don't.
They
ever
don't really
realize.
see. They don't really look. Yeah.
And until you get your graffiti goggles, then you're like,
You just put them on real
boom.
quick.
Yo,
Whoa.
he said graffiti
I see
chakras
him.
closed, yo.
Hell
That
yeah.
was good. That was
Got
good.
him.
because we were driving around New Orleans,
Mhm.
me and my fiance, and it was St. Patty's Day weekend, and we're cruising down was Bourbon Street or
Mhm.
that
Okay.
main road right before you get to Bourbon Street.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah.
There's like tons of these foreclosed old like multi-story buildings, but
Mhm.
all at the top, there's just burners, yo.
Damn.
Roller throws, yo, it was dope.
Mhm.
And I'm all like, what? Get the camera. Like,
Yeah.
I'm all trying to
I wanna
freaking
save
out.
that
You're
for
like,
later.
I'm trying to bench these flicks. So I got something for my Instagram. You know?
Yeah.
Her parents that were driving the car were like, what is he looking at? And I'm like, y'all don't even know what y'all are missing.
Yeah, bro.
This gold
Yeah.
all up on top of these buildings.
For free, just for
Yeah.
us to see
Look, but
Wow.
yeah,
and enjoy.
because that's what it is, man. It's artwork. Like,
Wow.
I mean, some people risk their whole livelihoods.
Mhm.
You provide for your family. Like, it really runs super deep
Oh yeah.
with the urge to create graffiti. It's insane. But
That is.
ultimately, I guess you could say it's been since the dawn of mankind, since cave paintings. Like Neanderthals.
It goes deeper than this.
We're painting on walls, right?
Okay. Yeah.
So,
yeah.
And even like Rome when they would go in and either kindly
Mhm.
say, hey, you want to join Rome
Mhm.
or conquer a place, they then would put all their symbols and
Mhm.
things throughout towns and villages and things like
Yep.
that. So it's since
But
early
yeah.
mankind, like people have constantly been painting on things that like they want to paint on. We just do it.
That is insane. Like
Wow.
Yeah.
I never thought of it that far, man.
We're like the ancestral like visionaries that just create with
Whatever, like
The
whatever
tools that
there's
we have
there.
now.
Yeah, whatever we can find, you
Yeah.
know, and just using anything because we're talking about trains, we're talking about sewers, we're not talking about like a nice canvas that
Yeah.
like a perfectly structured, we're talking about just
yeah.
whatever we can find, like
Anything.
Yo,
Yeah.
this cup is a canvas. It can do
Mhm.
anything on it. You know
When
what I
then
mean?
you got guys that like reinvent like Space Invader. He was highlighted in quite a few movie documentaries, and
Mhm.
he was doing 8-bit tiles and then like applicating them.
What?
Yeah, like
That sounds
images
dope.
of like Galaga and like Space
Yeah,
Invader.
yeah.
He would do
Dope
these
stuff.
8-bit images and then like
What's
literally
hey Space Invader? Look this
Yeah.
guy up. I need to see this.
super dope. Space Invader. He's super
Space
dope.
Invader and graffiti.
Yeah, so I mean, with just the simple concept of like man or woman
Uh-huh.
painting something on a surface
Yeah.
has been done forever.
Uh-huh.
And then the wide variety of how society or people in society can manipulate that.
Uh-huh.
I mean, you got to think music too.
Yeah, yeah.
Music, like,
Yeah, I mean, you
music.
started off with like just banging on shit,
Mhm.
cavemen
Yep.
just banging. Okay,
Oh.
this is cool. Okay. Oh, I got a bone now. I can bang on with a bone now.
Yeah.
You know
Like,
what
all
I
right,
mean?
this sounds
And
good.
it just escalated to
Yeah.
now we're using synthesizers and you know what I mean, tweaking the frequencies and resonance. It's like
Making it happen
Okay.
in a
Right,
matter of
'cause
seconds.
Could you imagine if you would have told somebody 100 years ago, much
Yeah.
less 50 years ago,
Mhm.
like, hey, I'll be able to take this song,
yeah.
upload it, put it into the cyber world,
Mhm.
manipulate this, and then go do a show for 50,000 people.
They would
They'd be
think
like,
crazy.
you're
Blo-
fucking
yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy.
There's no way.
There's no way you're gonna be able to take what I just played, put it on a computer, much less that, and then you can put it in your pocket.
Yeah. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Yo,
50 years in the
yo.
past.
So art, like, imagine if you was to tell somebody from, Van Gogh's time, like, hey, I'm gonna take this compressed air can and I'm gonna paint that exact mural on the side of an automobile that's gonna roll around town. And be like,
Nah, bro.
you're gonna be like, here, you
There's-
can take this other ear. I'll give you that one. If that
Here,
comes
dog, I ain't
true,
trying to hear that shit.
yeah,
Done.
I'll give you that in the afterlife. Like, for
Yeah.
real.
Holy shit, man.
Yeah.
Okay, well let's get into tattoos then.
Okay,
So-
tattoos, yeah.
So, what do you look for whenever you? Because I see you got quite a few tattoos, and I see a lot of Star Wars references with whenever you tat people and on your tattoos as
Yeah,
well.
yeah.
What's up with that?
I'm a Star Wars guy.
Mhm.
It wasn't really until I started tattooing though. Well, of course, I got Watson, D Watts.
Yep.
Shout out
Shout
to D
out to
Watts.
D.
You remember
Watts.
Dylan?
Oh yeah.
Dylan got me really into Star Wars when we're high school.
Mhm.
But he's always been a fan.
Yeah.
But it wasn't until really when I started tattooing a lot of this stuff was when I was like, what
Yeah.
consists of Star Wars?
Uh huh.
And then bam, I was in a universe all on its own, right?
Yeah.
So-
that's what happens. Yeah.
But with that, there's so much subject matter. There's a lot of cool ideas,
Mhm.
a lot of cool, I guess you could say, knowledge or different philosophies within Star Wars
Mm-hmm.
that a lot of people, I guess, can relate to. Especially if you're like from the realm of nerds like
Mhm.
me. I love nerdy shit, man.
Yeah.
Anything retro, anything comic booky. My boy Mike, that's at the shop.
Mm-hmm.
Get me on the anime stuff.
Ah.
And that's
Uh-oh.
Getting
super
into a
heavy
different
into
realm.
tattoo right now.
Oh
And
man.
Anime tattoos are dope.
Sick.
Dude, okay, so I want to get a whole sleeve.
Yeah.
That's my plan, right?
Right.
And the thing about it is that I dove into tattoos maybe like a couple weeks ago. I found this this show on Viceland called Tattoo Age.
Best one yet, man.
Yeah.
I'll
real?
give them that. Yeah.
That was the best. That was the best
best-
documentary thing.
The
series.
best show about tattooing,
Yeah.
to me personally, my opinion,
Mm-hmm.
is Tattoo Age.
Yes.
Because
Wow.
they take that artist and they highlight them.
All their style, like the specific style that they do, they highlight the fuck out of it and
Right.
show how even deep it goes. And then they bring other tattoo artists to talk about their shit. Like, hey man, this guy's iconic. He did this
Damn.
piece.
Right.
Like, and it's way deep. Like how he broke down graffiti. It's just like that with
It's like
tattoo.
paying
Age.
homage to the
Dude.
artists themselves.
Dude, it
It's
is
nice.
crazy.
What's
So,
up?
like, with my sleeve, what I want to do is I want to have American traditional, then Japanese traditional, then some new geometric shit, and I wanted to highlight all
Like
types
a
of
transition of styles.
yeah,
Right.
But the thing about it is that I don't know, because a lot of artists, they might not want to do those styles, or that might not be their expertise.
Right.
So how would you go about finding like a tattoo artist that could do something like that? What would you do?
So, well, there's a couple ways you can, always go about getting tattooed.
Mm-hmm.
So, definitely artists are going to be artists.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to definitely change. We're all versatile. you know?
Yes.
So some might be dead set, like, this is what I like to do. This is all I like to do. You can book with me to do this, or, I can give you info to go to somebody that does do this kind of work, which hopefully that's what most people would do is guide the client that's wanting what they want to the right person.
Got you.
Essentially, though, when you get down into like all the specific styles, everybody does do tons, because you got American traditional, like you said,
Mm-hmm.
Japanese traditional, geometric.
Mm-hmm.
You've got realism,
Mm-hmm.
photorealism,
Mm.
hyper realism.
Yeah.
Then you got
Sheesh.
color portraits.
See,
black
I
and
want to
gray.
get hyper realism also. Like I want
Right.
it literally to look like a fucking, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's
There's-
just the art that they're doing now, especially I'm guessing even with anime now,
Yeah.
is like it looks like a fucking like literally a scene from anime on your fucking arm type shit.
Bowls of
So
shit.
dope.
Yeah, just
Got
and
the
the colors
background,
are
the sun in the back too.
Yeah.
Everything just popping
just.
out.
How would you? Because like I said, I want to do all these different things. My canvas, obviously, I'm dark complexion. How do colors? How does that work on darks?
It's a good question. I can learn from this.
So essentially, I guess it's gonna boil down to pigments. What supplies each artist is gonna be using, and how that artist tends to saturate with what they're using.
Okay.
Because everybody, you got Fusion, Eternal, Electra Pro, you got Starbright, World Famous.
Are these paint brands? Ink brands.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
ink companies that have their own color, sets, portions of all their different things that they make and produce. And each artist in their own subcategory, what their expertise is going to use these and so on and so forth.
Got you.
But when it comes to getting tattooed, I never like turn someone away from the idea of being a collector, right?
Okay.
So if you do find somebody that likes what you want to put, and you can always plan for what you want, like it sounds like you already got a good plan.
Yeah, I got an idea.
It just needs to be like applicated in the right steps. But if you're guided properly, you can get that American traditional from a solid American traditional guy. And then wherever you want to go with the next step, you don't have to be like one person. Because I tell people all the time, like, and I got a lot of clients that tell me, I'll only get tattooed by you, man. Like, you're the dopest. And thank you. I really appreciate it, because I do take like a lot of time and effort into the work that I do produce. So it's amazing to hear like that kind of feedback after all the years that I've been doing it. Like, I can change someone's life and they're dead set on like staying with me. They're like, this dude's the dope. Like, that's where I get my fix. But at the same time, like, there's thousands of amazing artists. And even just where I'm at, because right now I'm at Urban's Tattoo Studio. Got my t-shirt on. Shout out Urban's.
There you go.
We house like anywhere at any given time, anywhere from like maybe 15 to like 17 people between our two locations.
Whoa, that's a big. Okay, between two locations.
We got two locations.
Gotcha.
So we got one on North Collins, right over by the Cowboy Stadium, and then
Shout
we
out
got
Arlington.
one right off of South Cooper, right by the Parks Mall.
Okay.
So we got north and south.
Yeah. Yep.
Right. Everybody at our shop is dope, and we all do a huge wide range of tattoos, from black and gray, traditional, American traditional, to color, to color realism, to poly, to anime.
Yeah.
You
You're
got
about to run out of fingers.
yeah,
You have to go to toes.
give me some toes. And fingers. But like, we got tons of dope people that work there,
For sure.
and everybody like myself is into different mediums.
Okay.
So like, I got a Mike. He's my booth mate right to the left of me. He does anime, American traditional, neo-traditional, and he does these dope wood cutouts.
Can I see neo traditional? Can you look that up? I just want to see what it looks like.
Neo-traditional is a super cool style.
Umer?
It's kind of like a revamped version of American traditional, different color palettes.
Okay.
The little bit of, almost the realism aspect to it is more the three-dimensional versus like flat American traditional.
Okay.
But Mike does all kinds of cool wood cutouts.
Oh yeah, that's nice.
And then we got Amanda, and Amanda does super great color work, neo-traditional, kind of a new schooly style as far as like her comic book stuff
Shit,
goes.
that sounds cool. I want to do neo traditional,
I
man.
have to switch up.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's super cool. And I lean towards neo-traditional.
Okay.
I love American traditional,
That shit's fine.
That's ridiculous.
All
but I
of us.
love new school. We got a guy at our shop. He's super dope at some new school. His name's Isaac. He's got all kinds of cool T-shirts that he's coming out with. So we all dibble-dabble in more than
different.
just tattooing. Tattooing, though, provides such a wide range of community networking. A great way to make an income. And it allows you to build and expand with your art.
Yeah.
Through the mediums.
Yeah.
As far as like, okay, so I see Amanda over there painting, and she does a lot of brush work,
Mm-hmm.
and I hate paintbrushes.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I hate it. But when I see it, and I'm like, yo, she's doing some like super dope, like new school kind of cartoony
Mm-hmm.
stuff, and it's like, but you did that with a brush. Like in my mind, I break it down, and I'm like, I gotta use my paint cans, I gotta use some fat markers, you know, like.
Yeah.
But it's cool because everybody and anybody that's there can hopefully guide a client that's not understanding to any direction they need to be at. You know?
Got
And
you.
Urban's has a great household to do that, and we do lots of different stuff there.
So whenever I go up there and say I want to, I got that idea.
Mm-hmm.
So I would go. Let's just say Amanda does the best, blah blah blah. So I go to her. You would lead me to her, and then she would lead me to somebody else for the other work.
Or I mean, you can look at it as a journey, because I mean,
Okay.
tattooing is a journey. I mean,
Interesting.
for real.
Yeah.
Like, well, if you want this, and then because you start planning.
Mhm.
Everyone plans, you know,
Gotcha.
and it's like before you go on a trip, you're gonna make a plan.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
okay,
yeah.
we're gonna go here, and then we're gonna do this, and then so if you can get to that first stop, and you go,
Okay.
okay, so this is what I've got, you know, and obviously like my arm, take my arm for instance, it's
Mhm.
halfway there.
Mhm.
Chandler Hobbs, which is a super dope black and gray artist, when I was Rome for me, because we're really close homies,
Mhm.
and he started my Star Wars sleeve.
Mhm.
You know, maybe by the time this is done, I will have transformed. My ideas will have transformed. So at that point, you know, look at each pit stop as that pit stop.
Mhm.
Like, okay, bam, now I got this. And
So it's
then-
just it is just a journey. That's
It is-
crazy.
it's a
It's
journey.
crazy how you just broke it
That's
down
really
like that.
cool.
Like, because you remember where you were in your life whenever you got that tattoo.
everyone
Yeah.
does.
Yeah.
And that's why I always try and give everybody like the most positive, progressive part of me,
Mhm.
which I'm only human. So there are times where I lack in communication, or I lack in, you know, attendance,
Yeah.
or whatever it may be.
You
We
might be
get
going through some shit.
family emergencies, or whether it be tragedies, you know, because we all experience these things.
Major facts. Major facts.
Even artists, musicians, everyday people
Mm-hmm.
gotta go, okay, well, I'm on a journey, but I hope that I give everybody that best me, so that way when they do get their tattoos and that experience, that moment
Mm-hmm.
isn't a bitter one for them later on, because it's forever.
Yeah.
This is like more forever than just about anything. I mean,
It's here. I mean, it's
Yeah.
I mean, unless you want to get that removal, and even then, it still stays a little bit, right?
yeah, but your skin will never be the same as it is today if I put a tattoo on it,
Yeah.
because then you can laser it,
Mm-hmm.
and then it's gonna look weird, and it's, you know what I
Yep.
mean, it's never gonna truly be the skin that's there right now.
You would have
Yeah.
to go through a cover-up process, probably. It's like
Wow.
your
Right.
best alternative.
Wow.
So with that being said, I mean, when it comes to relationships, or to a job, or to a home, or to any commitment, nothing is more permanent
Mm-hmm.
than what you go in the grave with on your skin,
Yeah.
and that's the truth.
Yeah.
So that's why I always try I wouldn't even say try. I always give my 100
Mm-hmm.
as much as I can.
Even if you can't do it, you still lead them to the right
To the
place
right
to make
person.
sure that they have the right experience for
That's
what they want.
Because I'd rather somebody come in and go, hey, you know, like, I want to do this huge portrait of Poseidon,
Yeah.
and then I want Metatron's cube around it, which is like
Whoa.
some crazy sacred geometry, right? I would be
Whoa.
like, yo, I don't.
It's
even
funny
do
that you say that, because yet last night I was watching, and we were talking about Rome a little bit.
Mhm.
There's this show called The Roman Empire on Netflix. I was watching that,
Yeah.
and I was like, okay. And then one of my homies, I don't know, do you know who Mark is? Mark Herrera?
Mm-mm.
Okay, well, he's one of my homies, and his
Shout out
brother's
Mark.
shout out Mark. His brother's a tattoo artist,
Oh,
and
word.
he just tatted somebody. He tatted Zeus on somebody,
Really?
and it gave me the idea. I was like, man, I want to get Poseidon on, and you just literally like broke
Bam.
it down, and then I was like, that would be a badass tattoo,
Right.
A Poseidon with a fucking geometric shit around
That'd be
it.
crazy
That
as
would
dope.
be crazy.
But if somebody came in and was like, yo, I want this dope Poseidon with this geo stuff,
Yeah.
I'd be like,
That ain't my realm,
I'm
dog.
not for you, bro.
Yeah.
but then I'm like, yo, so check it out, because I got this great thing, social media, Derek Teal,
Mm.
great buddy. I did an expo with him in Longview, and my mentor, Daniel Bryant, he's the owner. So all 3 of us work together. So check this out. This is a
Okay.
journey trip right here.
Yeah.
We on a journey, buddy.
A mind trip.
Let's get it.
Yeah.
So Daniel Bryant is the one that kind of like got me into my tattooing
Mm-hmm.
and guided me through that early path.
Mm-hmm.
And
I remember Dan.
Kind of like you were an apprentice.
I was,
under him.
yes, he was my Sifu,
Okay.
right? My
Yeah.
master.
Got you. Yeah.
So me, him, and Derek all worked at his shop together.
Mm-hmm.
Recently, you know, after the journey since then, that was roughly like 2010, 11, you know, like right when we were graduating.
Yep.
And so me, Daniel, and Derek went to a convention in Longview.
Okay.
And we all did the convention together.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I tattooed Derek while we were there. And then we won first place large color
What?
at that expo, right?
Oh,
So,
that's
like,
crazy.
The crazy dream team from like
Way back.
way back when through our journey, like, and back then, like, Derek was a DJ.
Mm-hmm.
It was dope graphic designer, still is.
Mm-hmm.
But he wasn't even really at the time doing geometric work or anything like that. And then now, like, to be able to work and tattoo, like, Daniel's kicking out portraits.
Damn.
He's getting down on paint cans with me now.
Oh, he's going everywhere.
Yeah,
He's
Derek's
everywhere.
designing boards. So, like, after this whole long journey,
Yeah.
like, we were at this one expo, the Dream Team,
Uh-huh.
bringing home awards, celebrating, and I can now, like, when somebody comes to my horizon and is like, hey, I need some guidance, and I can go look. Well, I know this guy,
Yeah.
and I know this guy,
Yeah.
and Daniel's over here,
Uh-huh.
and, you know, Chandler's over there. Like, it's amazing to be able to have such a wide range of a positive
Mm-hmm.
build, because we all deserve like to
Yeah.
be comfortable in the skin we in.
Oh,
And-
yeah.
and
That's
if
respect.
somebody, especially if you got a hard-earned buck. you
Oh,
know?
yeah.
Like, if you bust your ass and you're doing shows and you're paying bills,
Mm-hmm.
and then you want to reward yourself with like a
An art
forever-
piece, literally
Yeah.
on your arm, right? Like,
For sure.
literally art on your body. Yes.
right? Then each and every person should like deserve that peace of mind. Like, hey, I'm getting what I'm worth, and what I'm
Mhm.
worth is a bunch of hard time, like, earned to get this.
Mm-hmm.
So I want the best out of what I'm gonna get. So could I have some guidance?
Yeah.
That's tight.
Yeah.
And then that's, you know, hopefully everybody would see it that way. We don't all, because
Mm-hmm.
life
Yeah, I
happens.
was about to say.
Sometimes we get polluted with the things around us, and
Mm-hmm.
not everybody gets a great experience.
Yeah.
But
Whenever I was watching the Tattoo Age, and I saw the different styles, I was like, okay, like, these guys are literally I thought tattoo artists they grew up and they're like, I want to be a tattoo artist. No, these guys are like literally artists.
Yeah, they come from
You know what I
different
mean?
strokes.
Yeah, like anything. They're the kids at school that were just drawing the craziest shit, you know.
100, yeah.
And then they'll show it to their friend. They'll be the ones selling, their art to
Right,
for
the
sure.
other kids. Like, oh, I want to buy that. Like, oh, you just drew Spider-Man. Oh, I want to. You know what I
Shit.
mean? Oh, you
Yeah.
just drew
Slide me one of
R2D2. Let me
those.
get that. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And it's just crazy seeing all this stuff. And I wanted to ask, like, who's the main guy? Because to me, I'll explain it to me. Because after watching Tattoo Age, the season finale was Ed Hardy.
okay,
And I was just like mind blown at the influence that he had over the whole tattoo culture. Like,
Oh yeah.
they brought all the other
Dazzled
tattoo
out.
artists back for his episode and was like, yeah, but Ed Hardy, he was the first person to do this magazine. He was the first
Yeah.
person to do this.
but
Like-
even Ed Hardy had a master, had a
Yeah.
mentor, you know.
Of course.
So like with Sailor Jerry and things like that.
Yeah, uh-huh.
But I guess you was asking who would
Who would be your guy that you're like, okay, I like this guy's
This
guy's
is dope.
Yeah.
Yeah, this. So I don't know if it would be just one person.
Okay.
I would have to say, definitely Dave Tevenall is a huge
Dave's-
influence.
I got to see this guy.
He's like a wizard when it comes to making art, and I've watched him over the years like progress, but that dude to me is
Mhm.
like, whoa, that's what tattooing can be. That's dope.
Okay.
And he does aerosol, he does spray
Mm.
painting, he does acrylic work, he does prints.
Damn.
Crazy. He does
Pull that
Diverse.
up.
Yeah.
Yo, he
diverse.
God damn. Look at that. The color scheme on that too is just like
That's crazy.
insane. Yo.
Yeah, and this
That's
dude's
his
got,
freaking ribs.
he's got books. I mean,
Yeah,
all
that's
kinds
wild.
of
That's
stuff.
like comic book esque. You know what I mean?
So I'd have to say this right here was probably
Okay.
my main influencer
Okay.
in tattooing.
It's dope.
He
This
would
is-
him, Tony Savaro.
Yo, that
Like
Venom
Dope
one.
Venom.
That
Shout out to
Venom
Venom.
one
That's
is
just gonna
fire.
be tight.
You said him and who?
Tony Savaro,
Okay.
like Jimmy Litwalk, BJ Betts,
Are these all
Um,
guys that came from that style of mode, like that mode?
kind of.
Okay.
Because like BJ Betts is a super dope letter artist. So is like Big Meese.
Oh shit.
Yo, like some of these script letter guys, like Norm. He's a dual
Mhm.
kind of guy. He does tattooing, a lot of letter tattooing, and he
Mhm.
does a lot of graffiti. So I think I guess I would say I looked up to a lot of guys that were kind of like these hybrid artists
Mhm.
that I aspire to be.
Okay.
And now after all this time, like I'm kind of in that early stage of like,
You're molding your own shit.
Yeah,
yeah,
I got my own
yeah,
shit
'cause
going
that's
on
where
right
I'm
now.
at. I'm in a transition. You know?
Okay.
I'm
Yeah.
learning like, okay, like I've finally figured out like what I want to create. And now
Yeah.
that I'm like, okay, this is what I want to create,
Mhm.
let's do it.
Mhm.
And how can I do this as much as fucking possible?
What would you say is that? Like, is it a mixture of like your nerdy side, like you want to do characters, but you want to do the graffiti, you want to
Right.
mesh that? Is
Yeah.
that what it is?
Pretty much, yeah, like character, letter mashup with either bright colors,
Mhm.
but I'm really getting into a lot of black and gray. So
Mm.
it's
nice.
interesting. And I would say the main influence on my black and gray is J20.
Okay.
He's my booth mate right in front of me.
That's so
And
dope.
he's killer with the black and gray. Don't get me wrong, he killer with the color.
Yeah.
But when you see
'Cause
that black and
He's
gray, you're
doing
like,
right now. He's doing his top 5 favorite rappers or favorite MCs,
Oh.
right? And he's doing these color portraits of each one of them, and they're killer.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
He just kicked out number 5, which is his the last one that he just did was Most Def.
Ooh.
And it's killer. But he was like huge influence on black and gray. So
yeah.
to be honest, I would kind of like the balance of black and gray and color
Like within a
characters.
piece?
within a piece, a character and letters, man. Like that would be like the ideal tattoo for me. Like lettering, fun nerdiness of like maybe like a video game character or a cartoon character
Yeah.
or a book character. you
Yeah,
know,
just some
something
type of character.
with a quote from it or something like that in
Mhm.
different types of fonts, because that's what I'm really liking is like the multi-font kind of things, you know,
Okay.
versus like all the time, you know, when something comes in, usually you'll be like, all right, well, yeah, what do you want? And then they're
Mhm.
like, well, I want to get some script, and you're like,
Mhm.
dope, I get to do some script, and then it's like, oh, you just want
You
This
want like the
font.
basic
Oh,
shit.
off
Yeah.
the
Yeah,
internet.
you want Arial.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want me to draw nothing. You just want me to like
Do
copy,
this.
paste, translate. Okay, have a good day.
Yeah.
that's
I'll be
fun.
here when you need a tune-up. You know.
you don't want the art. You just wanted the fucking,
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So some days it does get like a little frustrating,
Mm-hmm.
but
just as an artist, you
as
wanted
an artist,
Yeah.
yeah. But then also too, like I'm there to perform a job, but I don't have to be.
Pull
like
this
that.
up. Pull this up. This
Wait,
is crazy.
You're technically saying, yeah, pull this shit up.
Yeah.
You're
this is-
saying that,
He's like, oh yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
this is my one. We've actually done more
Golly.
to it since then.
damn.
Jeez.
I haven't got some flicks of it.
Yo,
Wow.
that
That's
is
Bobby.
That's
Bobby's
amazing.
fire.
It's crazy because you're doing exactly what you want to do in that. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? It's like you're not cutting yourself short at all, like you were saying. And that's actually pretty tight.
Yeah, and this one's cool because the dude that this is on,
Mm-hmm.
Bobby, his daughters picked out the tattoo. Like,
Oh, what?
all of it for him.
Wow. All
So,
the
like-
superheroes and stuff.
Yeah,
That's
so this dude
dope.
came in and is like dedicating a whole arm to his daughter and what she likes.
And she said, hey, yeah, I want
Yeah.
this superhero, I want this superhero, and you just hit it, bro.
She's going to grow up and he's going to be like, yeah, you picked all those tattoos.
Hey, there's
That's
that
meaningful.
Nahum mural.
Yeah, Pull the now mural up.
Oh, yeah. This shit was crazy.
How long did this take you to do?
Yeah, I want to know about that right now.
If I was to have worked on it all at one time, I'd say 15 hours. But I worked on it like in the mornings before I went to work. So I would like drive to Arlington a little bit and then like hang out and paint. And then
Yeah.
I'd be
Big
like, oh, I
shout
gotta go
out,
to work.
man.
You know?
shit.
Rest
I
in
gotta
peace
fucking-
to that mural, man. It's gone.
Oh, it's
Yeah,
gone.
So that
Yeah,
was
they covered it
super.
up.
That was super bummer.
No, what happened? Somebody painted over it.
No, so okay, so
A little more than that.
Oh man.
when I was early into my Arlington days, right? Arlington had built a couple skate parks.
Mm-hmm.
A couple of our buddies, I went to go look for a skate park, and they was on the wrong side of the road. They come across some people painting at this plaza, right? I think Watson was there that night, and Beezy.
Yeah, Watson and Beasley.
Watson and Beezy was there that night.
They're
Okay.
both on that, yeah.
They hit me up and they was like, "Yo, we found a spot. There's people already painting here." So we went out and we painted. Well, so then we found out like there's like an actual like organization called Arlington Proud. Mark Jokel, he's got Biz Talk Live, so he's got like a show similar to this. It's on some Biz Talk Radio. I forget what the station name is.
Yeah.
But you can tune in and all that. But he does a show there. Well, when I met up with him, and we actually got like this whole like a 20 artist roster to paint this whole shopping center.
Whoa.
And we painted it. And we painted it, I want to say 4 years ago.
That was
That
wild.
was 4 years ago or
That's
something
wild.
like that. A minute. But we always like tried to have art constantly circulating out there, right? Well, there wasn't that much upkeep because it just wasn't as well known. It wasn't as well maintained, you know. So it was kind of hard to keep it going without nobody wanting to keep it going, you know. But I go out there and I paint my ass off. I'll tell you that. Like any chance I got, I had the extra paint, the extra time.
You went.
I was painting. Yeah. But so the landlord kind of pretty much was just like, yeah.
Oh, took it down.
Yeah, so overnight, it's like this, brown walls now.
Rest in peace.
I even proposed to my fiance out there, painted a mural out there. All of it's gone. Yeah. So if you're in the Arlington area and you're a landlord and you're tuning in,
Damn it. See what you did?
we could
See what
use
you
a spot
did.
to paint.
Yeah, man. Shit. So whenever you're doing that, say you want to do that, your ideas for tattoo, like your what you see, what you say your vision is, how do you incorporate black and gray with the color? Like, how would you do that? I know it depends on the
Right.
specific, but let's just say I wanted to get Spider-Man or something.
Right.
Like,
Spider-Man.
how do you interweave that?
Interweave the
that-
two.
Yeah.
Maybe do like Spider-Man as like the color focal point with like a super contrasted black and gray background.
Okay.
Right.
I got
So maybe
you.
like New York City, like dark New York City back behind him, Spider-Man all coming at you in like full color, like.
There you go.
Damn.
Money bags.
I mean, I
Yeah.
might have to go.
It's something
there.
I'm kind of just playing with, you know.
Yeah, but that's basically essentially what you do is somebody gives you an idea and you just play with it, figure it out, and then it ends up being what they want.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
that's just
It's
It
beautiful.
usually
Wow.
happens by accident.
yeah. I mean, I feel like that's what happens like with the best art. You know,
Yeah.
it's like you're just fucking around. I might be fucking around with this sound, and boom, we
Yeah,
got it.
I can't tell you how many times somebody's come in and given me like an off the wall idea, and then they like change their mind 100 times before they ultimately get like this super, totally different tattoo than what they were wanting.
Yeah.
But then you're like, yo, like this idea is actually dope.
Yeah.
I'm gonna actually draw this the way I was thinking.
Yeah.
And then next thing you know, you're like actually tattooing it on somebody.
Yeah.
And it was what somebody else wanted but didn't want to invest in.
Yeah.
So you're like, yo,
You just get ideas from somebody else,
Yeah.
but they don't even want it no more, and
Yeah.
this is exactly what you wanted, and somebody else
like,
wants it.
let me put two and two together.
sometimes
and
I'll
use
do
it
that.
later.
I'll like even hop on social media and I'll be like, hey, so if
I
you
got
was
this
to get
piece.
something tattooed, like what would it be?
Mhm.
And then people will like flood you with all these like ideas, and then you can just
I
because
like
that's
that
what
one.
happens, like creative block, you know.
Wow.
So it's awesome. I'm learning like the whole social media realm and how it affects like my actual day to day. Because it used to not. When I first started tattooing, it was like, yo, you just show up to shop, got my appointments, got some walk-ins, like we rocking and rolling.
Yeah.
Culture's changed though.
And then now it's like you got review statuses, like
Oh.
people are gonna
whoa.
base like your art just based off what shop the reviews got, you know? Because you could
Yeah.
be like, you could have like a 5-star superstar motherfucker off in a hole in the wall somewhere that's like hidden. You don't even
Mhm.
know, but just because of what the perception,
What everybody else thinks about it is like, all right.
oh,
Yeah.
you know, because like we have guest artists and stuff all the time, you know, and say maybe at one point in time, way down the road back in the day, you know, you had a bad taste because of a, you know, instance, experience that you had, but then like this dude that you've been following, like, oh shit, this dude's gonna be here. Where's he gonna be at? Oh, he's gonna be there.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
but it's like
you
can't, you know, but it's hard because it all coincides. Like, I mean, thread and clothing, like it's so interwoven that if you don't update your formula, you know, you're gonna sink.
You're getting left in the dust.
Yeah, you're getting outdated at that point.
Been trying to get you on that social
I
media.
know. He's been trying and trying.
You really need to, cause
I'm stubborn.
What is it? What's holding you back?
I don't know. I think maybe it's because I am kind of in that transition where I'm like ultimately figuring out like this is me and this is what I want to do, and then before I just like approach the masses. But I mean, ultimately the masses already know that I do graffiti and I tattoo, and all that. So I guess ultimately the only thing holding me back would be me.
Is yourself.
Is myself.
Yeah.
Right.
Because right now, the way I see tattoos, because I follow this dude named, I think his name's David Cote or something. Do you know who that guy is? Can you look up David Cote, please? So this is how I just got really like, I was like, whoa, they're doing this shit with tattoos now, you know? And it was all off Instagram, you know? And I feel like you're a visual artist, so maybe the other social medias don't really matter that much, even though they might have a bigger user base, like Facebook or something. But Instagram is where visual, like that's just visuals, you know? And I feel like as long as you just upkeep and you just maintain and keep going and keep progressing, like you got it. You know?
Yeah, this dude got some super cool stuff.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, keep going. He has one of Rick and Morty.
Yeah, he just passed one of the.
Go to the Rick and Morty one. There's a Rick and it showed it. No, that's Adventure Time. Look up Rick and Morty.
Get my cartoons all mixed up.
Yeah.
Sheesh.
This is dope.
That's off the wall.
That like his style is
like Jerry and.
But the only thing is that they're just that one right there is the one that got me right there. I was like, what the, like.
Yeah, that's a trip.
So the thing about it is that they're just one. You know what I mean? It's not like a flow
look,
of.
Like that's like a full thigh. Look how huge that is.
Okay, never mind.
You gotta, because pictures are deceiving.
Yeah. It looks like that's just that, but it's really like that's your whole fucking thigh.
Yeah, some of them are huge.
That one.
That's
probably like.
Yeah, that's a whole bicep right there. Yeah. But that one's cool because like it keeps like you can look at it upside down.
Yeah,
and he's tripping too. Like he's smiling, but Rick is sad. That
gone.
makes sense. Like I just love like
dual faces.
Yeah, I love stuff like that. You know,
like you would see love one way and upside down would be hate. Like I've seen those tattoos before. It's actually pretty cool.
Yeah, those are interesting.
I think I need to go ahead and just because characters is where I'm at too. Do you watch like Marvel and all that stuff or in DC? So you're big on all those superheroes.
Gotta stay up on it because I like to know what content I'm tattooing. So if I don't know something, like if somebody comes in and they're like, hey, like I want an Iron Fist, and I'm like,
I don't know what that is. Yeah, what's that?
Okay, so show me some images. I'm gonna go pick up a couple comics. Like I'll actually like, because that's my favorite thing to do. Is it ultimately with characters like, is to do the character the best you can in your style. But I mean, ultimately you have to get some ideal source, and to know a little bit about it, to read something from what I'm gonna be doing. Also helps with that experience, because then now that I've read a couple of these comics, I got this person in my chair. I can conversate.
Talk to him. Yeah,
and I'm not sitting there just like headphones on. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That doesn't sound like an enjoyable experience, especially when you get in a big 3-4 hour piece.
Right.
And you're sitting there with this person and you're just not even talking, you know?
Until you get to that point where you've built that relationship.
And it's just like, oh, what's up, bro?
Yeah.
You know, just chop it up.
I got clients I've been tattooing on now for so long. They'll bring their laptop in, their gaming controller.
They're ready.
Game controllers,
they're just like gaming while they're laying down.
They're making themselves at home.
Hey, do you, dog? That's crazy, man. So what are you big like? Who are you more? What are you more big on? Marvel, DC? Who's your favorite character?
Well, I'm gonna have to say Star Wars, man. Star Wars.
Over everything.
Yeah.
Over everything. Okay.
Because I mean, even Vader can take out Thanos.
That's iconic right there. Yeah.
I mean, think about it. It runs in the family.
Oh well, hold on. This fool snapped. I don't know.
They always tend to lose an arm, right?
Yeah.
Well, Vader gets Thanos' arm. He ain't.
Yeah.
I seen a meme with it the other day. It was great. It was great. Thanos is standing there. Your force choke won't work on me, and he's like, "Oh yeah." What you gonna do now? Like you ain't got an arm.
Damn. Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Vader got him, man.
Yeah.
Dark side prevail.
Yeah.
Shit. Yeah. Well, so you're more of a Sith dude then?
I'm actually, my favorite is Mandalorian.
I don't even know who that is.
Boba.
Oh,
Fett,
okay.
right?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's a bounty hunter, right?
Yeah.
He's like, where we go, where the money go, man.
That's that savage right there. That's who you fuck with the most.
Yeah, the solo crew, man. I'm getting.
Yeah, I fucks with Yoda, man. He'd be dropping them heat bombs, that heat rock, giving everybody life lessons, man.
Yeah, he does. He gives gems all the time.
What is that one quote, Cannon? It was it's like, to whom you it's to do or to not, or
do or do not. There is no try.
yes.
Yeah, that's a Yoda quote.
Hey,
that's Yoda. That's in the fucking movie.
Hey man, Star Wars.
Fire,
dog.
man.
Have you? Are you gonna go see Venom?
You know, I might. We usually go do kind of stuff like that as a shop. So like when what came out? What was that movie that just recently came out?
Ant-Man, maybe.
Guardians of the
Was
Galaxy
it a superhero
2.
movie?
It was Jurassic Park.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Jurassic Park came out, and we all went as a shop. We was like, let's go to the movies.
Mhm.
So we all just went to the movies. So we might go.
Mhm.
You never know. Junior always likes to pop us out on movie ventures. So
When movies come out like that, do you see like a high increase in volume of those specific types of tattoos?
Ooh.
trending, like what's trending is definitely happening in tattooing for sure.
Damn.
So like what's going on in real world society, like even celebrities. Like
okay.
whatever little peep got tattooed on his face,
Mhm.
like there's gonna be some kids that are gonna come in your shop and go, yeah, I want this.
Yep.
Whoa.
And
And
you're
what do
like-
you tell them? What do you say? You can't do it. You be like, nah,
Nah.
man.
I mean, unless like, cause
Damn.
in every world there's some like unspokens or whatever, you know,
Yeah.
like regardless of where
Morals. There's morals.
right. Well, if a kid comes in and he don't have a single tattoo and you want a tattoo on your face,
That's
for
your first tat.
one, like reevaluate your life, homie.
Yeah.
Like, and if you want it, somebody out there will do it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to, because then I'm gonna feel like the tattoo guy's gonna rain on my parade because I don't ruin this kid's life with a face tattoo that says
That's
whatever.
cool.
Yeah.
That's cool of you to put yourself in that position and be like, you know what, I got that moral compass. Some
Yeah.
tattoo artists, I mean, at least the stereotype of a traditional tattoo artist is like, oh, he's a bum. He's just going to take your money and he doesn't care. I mean, that's what at least I think the general public thinks. I obviously don't think
Right.
that. But
Now that there's a shift kind of in perception of like, well, these dudes that are tattooing and ladies that are tattooing are actually doing like really high quality work.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like, let us do really high quality work for you,
Mm-hmm.
because that's what we hear. We here to give you the work that you deserve and guide you on this path. So hopefully, if you don't get your face tattooed today with a Redskins logo,
Yeah.
then, you know, you're gonna be like thankful later on
Yeah.
down the line. Like, I don't have 50 stars all across my face.
Yeah.
And then so there's a fine line, because we want to look out for everyone.
Mm-hmm.
We also got to make bills,
Yeah.
right? So I
Money
guess it
talks.
depends on where the artist at and
That's what I'm saying.
how that Redskins logo looking.
Yeah. All right. You know what? Fuck it. We got you, dog.
We can change it to a cowboy star. I got you.
Yeah, I colored it blue on accident.
Yeah. Wait, Redskins aren't blue?
Nah, but what animes are you watching?
Well, Mike got me on One Punch Man.
Oh,
That's
dope,
that's a
dope.
great one.
Doing some One Piece.
Okay.
And then I'm really getting stoked because Avatar about to
Oh,
come out
yeah,
with some new
Netflix.
content.
Yes.
Yo, Avatar, that's my shit.
That's OG.
That is the
That's
show,
OG shit for you.
Yeah, I'm an earthbender. You know what I'm saying?
Mm,
I like bending the
okay.
elements.
do,
you know
what it
what I'm
does.
saying? So that's my
okay.
anime for sure.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Have you done an Avatar tattoo or anything like that?
I have. I did
Mhm.
Katara as a painted lady.
Ooh.
I'd like to do some more if you're got some available space. But
Okay.
yeah, I did a painted lady. There's an episode where Katara's all like trying to save this little River Village or
Mhm.
whatever from the pollution from the Fire Nation.
Mm.
She all comes out there clothed like one of their mythical. Cause she's like, "Oh, I'm doing some water bending." They think it's magic.
Yeah, they don't understand that shit.
Yeah.
Damn.
They're like, "Wait, what? She water bending?"
What?
Yeah, when they
Damn.
say the village, yo. But I did one, and that was actually in Longview the same weekend. I was out there with Derek and Daniel.
Wow.
Yeah,
Yo,
Man,
that
that's
must have
wild.
been a crazy ass weekend for
it
you.
was. It
man.
was a cool weekend. It was cool, and we actually just did. They were there. Her name's Chris, and
Uh-huh.
her husband's name is Wes, and they are part owners of the shop with Tuna from Conroe.
Mhm.
They came up and we did.
Conroe's Longview and Conroe's all over there by Houston, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they came all the way up from Conroe and we did a tattoos and tailpipe, like an autism event. So we tattooed, raised money for autism awareness for like,
Badass.
the Hope
Uh-huh.
Center for Autism. We raised like $10,000 in a day.
Oh, amazing.
Yo, it was dope.
Badass.
All
That's
for the
really cool.
kiddos.
Man.
But they were there. Daniel was there. It was dope. It was great.
Where's the weirdest place you've tatted somebody, like a body part?
Oh.
Yo, I probably okay. So this dude come in.
Oh God.
So this-
Oh God.
Start off with,
Wait, is this
yo.
PG-13?
Right. Yeah, it's PG. It was just weird. Like he come in
Okay.
and his nickname was Piggy. I guess maybe he was a little
I'm
heavy
getting
set.
kind of
His
worried.
friends gave him a nickname. I mean, if you got a nickname, you don't have to get it tattooed on you. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Or visually.
I think I know
Or
where this is
visually.
going.
So he came in and asked me to tattoo a curly pigtail above his ass crack.
No fucking way.
Yeah, and I asked him
Oh,
3 different
God.
times. I said, "Are you sure?
Yeah.
You sure you want to do this?"
Uh-huh.
Yes.
All right, cool. So I go over there, I get set up. I'm like, "All right,
Yo.
we're about to stick the stencil. You sure? Yeah,
Hey,
all right.
Hey, are you sure,
You
dog?
positive?"
Yo, this
Yeah.
is going above your ass, and it's a
Yeah.
pig.
Yo.
He did it. Bright pink curly pigtail right above his ass crack.
Oh my! Wow.
At least you didn't have to go anywhere near anything else.
No,
Yeah.
yeah, no,
Yeah.
I don't
It's
I don't
done.
get down like that.
Yeah, that's what I was.
Oh,
I thought he was
God.
about to propose something wild, and no. Yeah,
Nah,
we
I
good.
just gotta say that was the weirdest one. That was probably.
Damn.
But Mike just tattooed a super solid tattoo on this dude's ass cheek the other day.
Yeah. Hey, whenever you get ass cheek tattoos, like people come in, what
Yeah.
do y'all like gotta like? Hey, I'm not taking that. Nah. Like y'all gotta argue over
Do
who
you
takes
want the
it. Is it
ass
like that?
tat?
Nah, not usually, because usually when somebody comes in, they either know who they want, because where we work, we try
Okay.
and have that already lined up.
Uh-huh.
But sometimes you do get a walk in, and you're like, well, hold on, what is it of?
Yeah.
'Cause depending on what it's of, then that's gonna decide who's gonna do it, right?
Yeah.
Unless you happen to be up, it's what you do. Like, damn,
Yeah.
about to have to tattoo this big ol' ass cheek.
But I'm getting
Because
paid.
believe it or not, it's a lot tougher than it seems.
Oh,
Oh, I
'Cause it's-
bet
it's-
because it's like soft, so you gotta like
Press, squish,
you gotta squeeze on that.
yeah, stretch. Yo,
Oh my God, we're getting visual with this shit.
Yeah,
Yo,
yeah.
pull up a YouTube video while we at it.
Right.
Nah, don't
So,
do it, don't do it.
Mike
around. Please don't do
tattoos
that.
this dude, and he's
Please don't.
super cool, super
Mhm.
cool dude. Him and his wife come in and get tattooed. He tattooed a scorpion on this dude's ass cheek, but the scorpion was actually a cock and balls.
Oh,
Right?
Damn.
Yo.
It's deeper.
It was dope,
Deeper than what we
but
thought.
it was fucking
He
weird.
said it was
It
dope,
was
but it was
dope.
weird.
Yo, no. fucking
Yeah,
way.
and he did a matching one on the other side
What?
for the female scorpion. Yeah, isn't that a trip? He
This
rocked
other
it.
day?
Yeah,
Oh,
he rocked
hell
it. man.
no.
I think it's on our Urban's website.
Look-
on our
look
Look
it
it
up,
page.
up. Look it up. We gotta see this.
It's super funny, yo. It's cool to see that people are still getting tattooed just to get fucking
Yeah,
tattooed.
the artist
know?
behind it was probably so stoked to just draw that,
He
even though
was.
it's so random
Yeah.
and weird.
He even tattooed a
It's
unicorn
like,
peeing
dude,
a
this guy's
rainbow
creative.
on a dude. The same dude. Yeah.
On the same dude?
On the same
that
dude.
Shit is just all over the place.
Yeah.
That's funny as fuck.
Yep, there it is.
Yo.
Oh.
Look how solid that is.
Whoa! I just seen everything, bro. Hey, pull it up, pull it up.
No,
Nah,
let's,
nah,
let's
nah,
not
we
do
good,
that.
we
Let's not
good.
and say we did.
I need to follow this because I need to see all these artists. They're
Yo,
Urban's, yo.
wild.
We got such a okay. So at South, we got myself. We
This
got
is where you can
Mike,
find it.
Tattoo Mike. We got Jay,
Yeah.
J20 is his Instagram. He's the Edward Scissorhands there. We got.
Whoa, that
this
guy
is wild.
is crazy.
Yo, he's killer. I'm telling you, he's killer with the black and gray.
Holy shit.
That's wild. That looks real.
And that's not even finished.
Holy, who is that?
That's Kuda. Kuda's over at our North
Oh
shop.
my.
Kuda's killer with it.
Kuda crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, shout out Kuda.
Yeah,
Oh,
Kuda's got
you might
some
see me in a
super
few months.
So this is Rocky.
Okay.
Rocky
Ooh,
and
those-
his wife are the ones that got the Sugar Shack started in the back half of Urban South.
Okay.
So they're
Got
going to
you.
be our building neighbors.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to be rocking in the Crazy Hair Salon.
Yep,
man.
yep.
It's going to be dope.
Damn, man.
And
That's
then you
dope.
got Jonathan Compost. That's my work right there.
Ooh, wait, go back,
That's
go back.
blended like a
I need,
motherfucker.
no.
And
We're
all
not
That one right there,
tripping.
that one right there.
We're not done yet.
Holy
done. Incomplete.
shit.
Yeah.
That's
Work in
we getting there.
progress.
Oh my.
That's Jennifer. Jennifer pretty much let me do whatever I wanted on her. So I was like, let's do this. This is cool.
This is
you
this
did
is-
that.
Yeah, this
You did
cool.
that.
Well, she had showed me a few of the images she liked, and I was like, well, these are the ones that I like out of what you showed me.
Uh-huh.
I can take like these ideas, these color palettes, and mash all this together.
That
Because
is
I don't
Bro,
want to
you just
get
gotta
it.
keep going, dog.
Yeah.
Like just
Those are
post
flowers inside of the.
keep
or
posting
outside of
this
the
shit,
face.
bro.
Yeah,
keep
yeah.
posting this shit cuz people are going to see this and then like art is just undeniable. Like if it's
Yeah.
genuinely good, like you're going to stand out from the crowd, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like people are going to be like I got to go see
Totally
this guy.
different too.
This
the
shit
way
is
you blend
crazy.
colors and
Yeah, the
everything,
color blending.
especially with the color of her skin too.
Yes,
It's
she got-
ridiculous. Yeah.
Fucking fire,
Thank
man.
you, thank you.
Well, cool, man. It's been an hour.
Yeah.
We got a new segment now, so
Bet.
Whoa.
we're offering Dragon Balls, and you gotta, you know what I mean, say your 3 wishes in life.
Oh,
You know,
3
you-
wishes
There
in
we
life.
go.
There you go. What are your 3 wishes? If you could wish for anything, what are 3 wishes?
3 wishes.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
Sharon
Ooh.
just came out. He's
Okay.
like,
Tough.
"What up, dog?"
It's tough. Yeah.
Okay.
He has the Dragon Balls in his right here. Look at
Right
He
that.
here.
collected
Look
them
at
all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. He
Okay.
got all the Dragon Balls. What's up?
Dragon Ball number 3 right there. So that's kind of 3 wishes with the number 3. I'd say success,
Mm.
which isn't to be mistaken with fame,
Yeah.
but success. One wish I would say is to always be able to provide for my fam
Mm.
and those around me.
Mm.
That would be a true wish.
Okay.
And the 3rd wish, endless supply of spray paint. That'd be good.
There it is.
Shout out Cannon 006 in the books.
sir.
Thank you. Thank you for coming
Got
on.
that.
We'll see y'all next time. That shit was great, bro.
Yeah, yeah.
That shit was
That's
great,
good.
nigga.
That sounds good.
That was a good